guys, and welcome to my preview of Wolfenstein, the board game. Wolfenstein is a cooperative dungeon crawler. It's created by Archon Studio and it's set in the Wolfenstein universe. Right now you'll find it on Kickstarter and it's the final days of the campaign. So the Wolfenstein franchise takes place in an alternate reality of the 60s with robots and drones. There's Nazis everywhere and you are in a team of resistance fighters sneaking into the castle Wolfenstein to kill robot Hitler. The board game is played from 2 to 4 players and there's also a solo mode. The gameplay is pretty straightforward. There is a mission book with various missions to complete and they set the goals of the current game that are unique and they lead to the final mission of killing Hitler. The mission also sets the amount of rounds your game would last and there is a round tracker for it, and there is a hazard tracker which, if increased to reach a certain threshold, it rings the alarm and new Nazis spawn on the table. So the players, in order to complete the mission, they need to use stealth, they need to keep the noise down because this will attract the enemy, they need to find the best way to cooperate with each other, and they need to do all that within the given round limit. In each round, you have the hero's activation phase followed by the Nazis' activation phase. In their turn, the players spend their action points for each hero, the number of which depends on the hero, and with these action points they can move, they can use their equipment, they can search the rooms, they can open doors, swap items with other heroes, reload their weapons, and of course attack the Nazi enemies. One important mechanic in the game is fatigue. By taking a fatigue token, you can gain additional action points in that turn, exactly half of the hero's action points, and this allows you to do more stuff, but more importantly, you can attack a second time in your turn, while normally you're allowed to attack only once. However, in your next turn, you're a bit tired and you can only spend half your action points and then discard the fatigue token. The fights are dice-based, and when you attack an enemy, you get the number of dice from your accuracy value on your hero's board, and depending on the weapon you're using, you add the number of dice as well. The heroes and the Nazis generally have a shield strength and health points, so unless you roll this, which is direct hit points on the health, you need to bring down the shield strength as well. And of course, each type of enemy has very different special effects and triggers. If your hero kills the enemy, this gives rewards like equipment and glory points, which they can be used to activate their special skills, and they can get more ammo, which is very much needed. After all the heroes have played, we have the Nazi activation phase. The Nazis activate when there is noise coming from the corridor, when they are the target of an attack, or when a hero enters their line of sight. Then they spend their action points to attack the closest hero, move and hopefully have a hero within their range of weapon, and then attack, and they can also open doors as well. Players need to think strategically about their moves, like about when to attack, or when to have 2 heroes be in the same room, as these things will make noise and attract the Nazi enemies. Stealth is very useful in this game, so it's good to go for silent executions by using pipes, knives and other similar weapons, as they don't make noise and they raise the hazard tracker. However, if you don't care about the noise anymore, then there's some pretty cool and noisy stuff you can use, like Tesla grenades and laser Kraftwerk and The game is pretty challenging, as you're gonna have new Nazis spawning on the board eventually, thus making your mission even more difficult. So at some point, one of the heroes might fall and start bleeding out, in which case one of the other heroes needs to spend their 1 shared life token to restore their health, and they have to get a fatigue token for it. The Wolfenstein franchise dates back to 1981, and it's probably one of the most influential franchises of all time, as it introduced the first-person shooter genre, and it's also one of the earliest examples of stealth gameplay in the video game industry. It's nice to see a board game version of it. The production is pretty well done, it's true to the Wolfenstein universe, and it retains the feel of the game. There's also some stealth mechanics and some very thematic cards, like a German soldier's uniform for espionage, and various events that require you to make a decision. You can also choose the difficulty level you want to play, and there's lots of new content being unlocked constantly in the Kickstarter campaign. If you're into dungeon crawlers, or you're a fan of the video game, or you simply think you'd enjoy killing robot Nazis, then this would be a game for you. So that was it for today. Thank you guys for watching. I will have the link of the Kickstarter campaign page in the description so you can check it out. I'd love to know what you think of Wolfenstein. What's your favorite franchise that has been brought to the board game world or not yet? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next video.